like fried chicken, barbecue chicken. Won't you send it down the line?
Say, everyone's talking about chicken. Chicken's a popular word, but anywhere you go, you're bound to find a chicken ain't nothing but a bird. Some people call it a fowl. That's the story I heard. But let it call it this and let it call it that. A chicken ain't nothing but a bird. You can boil it, roast it, broil it, cook it in a pan or a pie. Eat it with potatoes, rice or tomatoes. The chicken's still what you got. Boy, it was a dish for old Caesar, also King Henry III. But Columbus was smart, said you can't fool me. A chicken ain't nothing but a bird. Cook it in the pan or a pie. Eat it with potatoes, rice or tomatoes. Chicken is still what you got. What? It was a dish for old Caesar, also King Henry III. But Columbus was smart, said you can't fool me. A chicken ain't nothing but a bird.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that little pipe gimmick montage. And yes, so this is my J Mouton Doodler. And like I had stated, the Doodler was probably, I'll just say, the most interesting of all the gimmicks. Now, we definitely know that if we make ridges in things, it dissipates heat. because you change the surface area, hence rusticated pipes. So these are definitely some holes and ridges. And I will tell you, this is unfinished. It is almost a perfect piece of briar. And I almost hate to smoke it, but it weighs literally nothing. I mean, it weighs nothing. So, what am I going to have into it to christen it tonight? And we'll talk a little bit about some of the other gimmicks. I was going to do a straight burley. I really was. I was going to do model. But I've been on a blend 88 kick lately. And if you guys watched my first impressions video, I was out hiking in the woods, and I don't know, something about it, it's good. It kind of reminds me of a cross between Distinguished Gentleman, Father Dempsey, and Blend for Danny Kaye. So, and I like all of them, so therefore, there you go. Paladin, you're not breaking in a custom built clone with a burley. Well, there is burley in this, but no, the answer is no, which is unusual for me. But like I said, kind of been on a blend 88 kick. This is a Strauss. This is from Strauss Tobacconist. So if you guys are interested, they're in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I thought I'd give you some first impressions of how the pipe smokes, because I've had a lot of this now. I'm running out. I'm gonna have to make an order. Also, show you a little Christmas gift from Mrs. Paladin. And in it, I have some licorice tea that I first heard about from Michigan Piper. All right, let's get it lit up here. Finally out by the fireplace. There's snow everywhere. And I'll try to show you. I literally had to burn the snow out of the fireplace. Good. I'll tell you the other blend it reminds me of is Nor'easter from Watch City Cigar. Very nice. One of the nice things when you get a new pipe, there are a lot of downsides of getting a new pipe, breaking it in. Is that first initial light, you really get to taste the true taste of the tobacco. No ghosts, no nothing else. Richard Hill is nutty raisiny, sweet, very nice. So, the gimmicks. And I will admit that my favorite pipe manufacturer was one of the gimmick masters, SM Frank. They definitely had quite a few gimmicks, and a few of them survive today. The earliest gimmick would be their yellow bowl. Oh, and that is another thing. I have played with using honey in my bowls to start, and I can't really find much of a difference breaking it in cake-wise and all that. I did not do that in this one. But so many guys and gals, I guess, back in the day used honey to break in their pipes that SM Frank said, well, we'll cure it for you. We'll put a coating of honey on it from the factory so it smokes sweet the first time. And I have to admit, the yellow bowl does tend to smoke sweet pretty quickly early on in the smoke, in the first smoke, when you break it in. However, it does make me wonder what chemical composition of that honey is actually on that briar to stay there like it is for the length of time that it is. But they still make them today. They went through a period where there was a clear coating. It wasn't yellow. Which I've personally never seen clear honey, other than in the yellow bowls, but I've seen brown honey, really dark, like almost black honey, and then that amber and yellow, kind of light yellow honey. And then the other thing, which I don't think that SM Frank was the originator of the stinger system, but the ball stingers and all those things. If you guys are not familiar with stingers, they're this little metal thing, and I showed you on one of my gray bows. This little metal thing that protrudes down in from the tenon, and I believe it predates filters, because I believe they think they eventually, or they thought initially, that it filtered the smoke. And really it was just kind of more something that the smoke kind of condensed around, and then also caught any loose bits that, you didn't suck it up in your mouth. And I was laughing with Average John that I don't really hear many people say that they love stingers. I hear people say they don't mind them, and I hear people who say they hate them. But you don't hear many that love them. And I would be in that camp. Burning some documents tonight. I would be in that camp that probably doesn't really like them. Sorry, that's what happens when you miss your documents and you get them everywhere. Anyway, so another gimmick, and I'm going to call it a gimmick, and some of these gimmicks actually work, which right now, this is cold to the touch. It's cool. As a church warden, there are many different urban legends about why the church warden came around. And if you guys are new, church warden is that long stem pipe that you saw earlier. And, there's the theory, the couple of the theories is one, that wardens of the church would have it, and the bowl would be down here, and the pipe would be up here, so that they didn't obscure their view as they guarded the church. And they could have their smoke. Another one is that just the long stem cooled the smoke. And then the last one, which I think is maybe probably close to the truth, is that so the priests could hang the bowl out the window of the rectory and smoke, and not have it smoke up the rectory. So another popular gimmick, at least from SM Frank, and I'm not sure if it's been copied by any other pipe makers, is the radiator. And that was the one in the meerschaum I showed you, which is like the grate at the bottom of the bowl. Smokes cooler, drier, longer. I can tell you, because I enjoy all of my SM Frank pipes that have all the gimmicks in them, the radiator is a bull. If anything, it actually makes things a little harder to clean, because those grates there can get really caked themselves, and to get a pipe cleaner down into it and to try to get the pipe cleaner through it and then up through those grates are kind of a pain. But the evolution of the radiator was the guardsman pipe, and that was the one where I showed you that has a hole in the bottom. And I remember the first time I ever got a guardsman pipe, I thought it had a burnout. When I looked closer, the burnout, which is what I thought it was, had a metal ring around it. And I'm like, well, so it was a radiator and I may put another picture up here. It was a radiator that had a hole drilled through the bottom to get more air in, so that when you drew, you would draw air from the top and the bottom of the bowl. Now, the guardsman pipes, they actually do keep the smoke cooler. However, I kind of do the breath method. And look who joined me. Mrs. Paladin. Long time no see, Mrs. Paladin.
I like to hide.
So anyway, as I was saying, the guardsman actually does keep the bowl cool as you're smoking. However, if you do the breath method, when you blow back through the bowl, some of the air will go out the bottom as well. And so it doesn't work really well for that. She's probably not going to like the smell of Blend 88, but we'll see. This was an impromptu.
I love you.
Another gimmick was the leather wrapped pipe, which actually does work to protect the briar. And you saw that earlier. And I have 3 leather wrapped pipes, all gifted to me. Thank you guys. Do you like the smell?
I just smell my chamomile.
Yeah. So, but the leather wrap pipes do protect the briar. And I think that they've stood the test of time for a reason. I know there are still some pipe makers that make leather wrap pipes. Now, I am no aficionado on custom built, nor do I play one on YouTube, but I know that Tracy Mincer originally made the Doodlers in around 1952, 1953, and I didn't make them very long, and there was another one called Holy Smoke, which I think are even harder to find today. But nonetheless, I think the pipe gimmick's here to stay.
Just ignore me. Got like 20 layers on.
It's cold out here.
Yeah, it's like 9 degrees.
Alright guys, well that does it for the pipe gimmick video. Hope you enjoyed it. And look, you got a bonus and didn't even know it. Alright, until then, we'll see you soon. Take care guys.
Hi.